Hi, it's Paul from Wolf Software Systems on this very sunny afternoon in the UK. So, I want to talk about some of the upgrades and new things that have happened. We've done loads of bug fixing. Big thank you to everyone on Discord and in Reddit who's been sharing their issues and things like that. Obviously, we do have a lot of servers ourselves, and we're running on desktops in the office, just trying to have as many different ways of running it. And I know sometimes you might be running a slightly different configuration that we're not testing on because we just don't have it. But thank you so much for people sharing their issues and problems, and we've been fixing them. I want to talk a little bit about an issue we had this week. So it was actually one of these chaps started showing really high memory. In fact, you can see babies there showing high CPU, but we know it's doing that because it's actually installing an upgrade to WolfStack right now. So you can actually upgrade all your servers at once just by going to here and going to scan, and then you get a thing that says upgrade all, and you can actually run that and it'll upgrade every single machine. So we can upgrade 17 machines in about 10 minutes because it basically just sends a command to all the machines to upgrade them. So we've added a new thing, and I'll show you that here in networking. So we now have a WireGuard bridge, so you can actually set one up. In fact, here's one I prepared earlier. Is it this one I put it? Yes, there is. So you can actually create a WireGuard bridge and use WireGuard. Just download the client on whatever platform you're on to connect in to all your WolfStack machines. Okay, there's a new page on the website under wolfstack.org. Oh, what's this? wolfstack.org that tells you all about it and how it works. WireGuard bridge, and it tells you how to set it up and how it works. It's not that complicated. It looks more complicated than it really is. It's just a matter of doing add client, or in your, so you start off and you do add. In fact, I'll delete the whole bridge. It's fine. I don't need it. You can go. So you do create a bridge, choose a thing. You'll create the bridge, and then you just add client. And I can call it laptop like that, and it'll create a file that you just download, and then you kick it off with Wireshark, and it'll connect your machine into your whole network, into your WolfNet network. Now, obviously, if you've got containers and stuff that are not on, that don't have a WolfNet address, you have to add one. That's not really a problem. And do read the documentation, because you don't access it via the WolfNet address, because you can actually access any IP, any WolfNet IP on all your clusters through one Wireshark connection, which is pretty cool. People did ask us about AI, and what we do use AI. Obviously, I'm really useless at doing UI, so I let the AI do the UI, and certainly some more tedious things we let AI. But we use Visual Studio Code, and we use AI within that. We also use Claude, along with our own huge experience of networking Proxmox, running servers. And we've got 17 servers here that we're running. So 3 of those are in the office. In fact, this one here is my laptop, and then 2 others are in the office. We do have a Raspberry Pi, which isn't on this screen. We have been fighting with the Raspberry Pi, but today we got it all done, and I'll be adding that to my clusters. The beauty of WolfStack is that you can actually make clusters about anything. It doesn't really care. So I know with Proxmox, sometimes you're supposed to keep to the same processor, so you shouldn't be mixing Intels and AMDs. But with WolfStack, she don't care. Basically, you can add Raspberry Pis. You could, if you've got 3 in the office, we've got a little PC that we use. This one here, this is actually sitting behind a TV, big 55-inch screen that we use, which is quite interesting. This is a gaming laptop we use for running CodeWolf, which is a different product we use for actually migrating whole pieces of software. Some other things we've done, our file manager, somebody made a really good suggestion on the Discord. So what you can do is, if I go into root, I should have something in there. So this is a file manager, and it also works for containers. I'll tell you what, let's have a bit of fun. Let's go into a container. Just wait a second. These are remote servers, and it's got quite a lot of containers, this one, and it's in the middle of an upgrade, so that's probably the wrong one to actually choose. Let's choose one that's actually, there you go. So this is actually a Proxmox server. So with WolfStack, you can just install it directly onto Proxmox. So I'm going to choose one. Let me have a look. Let's see this one here. So I can go straight into it now with terminal, obviously. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open the file manager, and that's opening the containers file manager. So if I know that if I go into home, where is it? There is home, and I know that there's a WolfGrid 1 folder in here full of stuff. So I can basically edit copy grid. I don't know what that does, but we'll have a look at it. So I can rename it, and I can edit the file. There you go. Very boring. I can edit the file there and then save it directly back to the file manager, which means, you know, I really love that idea. It's great. Thanks for whoever it was on the Discord that suggested it, because it means that you could just, if you need to quickly edit a config file, you don't even have to go into terminal on the machine. You just use the file manager, find the file, edit. Well, I mean, you can, of course, you do it with the terminal. So I think that's that. We have got some stuff. Obviously, we're a tiny little company, and we are in the UK, and we need money. So although you can download and install it for free, please do consider joining our Patreon. It's like hardly any money, and it all helps to keep us fed and warm in the winter. We do have some enterprise options as well. We're a bit cheaper than Proxmox, but we actually provide you with a lot more stuff. Anyone that uses WolfStack will tell you this thing does a lot, because basically, you know, I have to manage lots of servers, and it's much easier with WolfStack because it's monitoring things all the time. The AI part of it, you only have to use if you can use it if you want to. If you don't want to use it, you just don't put it in. There's different themes you can choose, you know. But I think for me, the biggest thing that I built for this is just this dashboard. Being able to see if a machine has a problem from this dashboard. All these, I know the memories on Amber because they all run quite hard. But there's such an advantage at a glance. So we normally have this running on the big TV in the office. And I could just literally look at it and go, oh, look, there's an issue with one of these or one of these. And of course, I get an email from the AI as well if there is a problem. So we've got like monitoring, we've got little stats sheets, we've got Wolf Run, which will do scaling. So there's a lot there. So do join our Discord. There's links up here on WolfStack. There's also links on the website at wolfstack.org. If you click Enterprise Plans, it'll actually give you the link to the Patreon support thing. And there's different options. And we're also doing a thing where you can have a custom logo if you want to white label it a little bit. And we're offering custom installation if someone wants a bit of help setting it up for a small fee, which might seem like a large fee to some of you. But this is the website, wolfstack.org. It's a really good documentation. Also covers WolfScale, our database clustering tool, WolfDisk, our file sharing tool and replication tool. WolfNet is actually part of WolfStack, but you can run it independently. WolfProxy and WolfServer to do with, so WolfProxy is for doing load balancing, WolfServer is for doing web servering. That's not a word, is it? Web servering. Yeah, so huge thank you to everybody, especially the support we've had on Reddit and YouTube and Discord. Please do join them. Even if you're just one of those, I'm one of those people actually. Normally I just sit at Discord, don't say anything. You know, and we're building a community, and we're hoping to build this into the future. As I said, we're a tiny company. Please think about supporting us on Patreon, or if you're an enterprise thinking about coming on board with enterprise licensing to get some proper support and everything like that. Have a lovely day. I'm going to try and stop this recording. I'm really useless. This is so unprofessional.